Hola, ¿cómo está? So I'm in between training sessions, so don't mind me if I'm seeming a little rushed or whatnot. I just got out of the shower. I'm sweaty. I'm hot. I'm stretching in between doing all this stuff. But I want to talk about breakups and divorce, relationships in general. It's something we are all involved in. It's something we're all searching for with that one person, that one person for us, our perfect match. And they're out there, people. But we come up against these relationships, these other relationships that lead us to the perfect match. And I want to talk about the breaking up and the divorce part of that, because it's important. I think a lot of us, we end up holding ourselves back. We hold other people back by staying in relationships way past the expiration date. I mentioned this on my Instagram story today. Follow me at the RockE Road on Instagram. But I mentioned it about how people stay past the expiration date of relationships. You know full well within the first few months of that relationship, that new relationship, that person, the new person that you're hanging out with or talking to, you know if it's gonna work or not. You know the red flags too. Whether or not you're ignoring those red flags, it doesn't matter. Those red flags are there. Listen to it. Pay attention to your gut. So my biggest issue is with people just being in relationships for the sake of being in a relationship. I've made that mistake myself back in the day. That's fine. It is what it is. I am no longer at that space mentally or emotionally. For me personally, I am waiting for something deep. I need a soul connection. I need a spiritual connection with the person. I need to experience unconditional love and true love. That's what I want. That's what we all want. We all want that. Naturally, we do. But you have to ask yourself the question, are you presenting that yourself? Are you giving out unconditional love? Are you giving true love out? And a lot of times the answer is no. Because if you are in bad relationships or you're going from one relationship to the next, you're missing something. You're not working. You're not taking the proper time you need for yourself in between relationships to fix the things that you need to fix within yourself. So you're not attracting bad relationships for the same scenario. You've got to work on yourself. And people are so afraid of being alone. And I never understood that. Because me personally, maybe it's just because this is the way I am. Maybe it was because of all the stuff that I've gone through in my life that led me to this point, or that made me who I am in terms of constantly needing solitude. I've mentioned this before. I feel like I'm an old soul. This isn't my first rodeo, especially in this life. Not my first rodeo with this stuff. So I need my peace. I need my peace. I need my solitude. I like to be alone. I don't need somebody on top of me 24/7. I don't want somebody on top of me 24/7. And I don't want to do that to anybody else. Even in my other relationships, even if some of them were toxic and everything, I really never displayed that type of behavior at all. The insecurity crap and needing to know where they are 24/7, or just being up their asses 24/7. I didn't do it because I didn't want anyone doing that to me. So that stuff needs to stop. The jealousy shit, you guys need to stop. You need to stop. When you do that stuff, you have to think about that stuff. You have to think about it. What is causing you to feel these things? Why do you feel the need to constantly check up on your partner? Why do you constantly feel the need to know where they're at 24/7? Why do you need that constant validation from them? You need that validation because you're not getting it. You're not giving it to yourself. Give it to yourself. You cannot get that from other people. Yeah, it's nice to hear that from another person. Yes, it's great to go through life with a partner and not have to face life alone and do all that stuff. But when you're seeking outside validation, you are going to end up running into toxic situations. You're going to end up running into people that aren't right for you, and you're going to hold each other back. So it's important for you to spend, especially if you're, I don't like the back-to-back relationship thing. I don't like that at all. There are a few times where I did that myself. I would get sucked right back into it. I was like, oh my God, I'm free. Oh my God, I'm free. And it wasn't free to just just hook up with random people. I was never that type, and I never will be. But I was alone. I was free to do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And if you can't do that in your relationship, if you're not able to do that and you're walking on eggshells 24/7 and all that stuff, if you really don't feel comfortable going out and pursuing the things you want to pursue, you're in the wrong relationship. So please stop jumping into relationships one right after the other. Please stop going on these goddamn dating websites. If you just broke up or you're going through a divorce or you just got divorced, take that time for yourself to learn from the last relationship or the relationships that you were in prior to whatever, your divorce and whatnot. Take a look at all that stuff. Take stock of all that stuff so that you're not making the same mistakes that you made before. And that's what a lot of times people do that. They'll get married, get divorced, and then immediately get married again because they're used to being married. I mean, it's mental. Don't do that. Take that time for yourself. Find who you are. Figure out who you are, get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your soul, get in touch with your spirit, and that's what's going to end up attracting the right person to you. Learn how to be happy. Learn about unconditional love. That's real love. All this shit you see out in the world now, these people fucking, these marriages and shit, posting shit on Instagram, whatever, social media, blah, 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 about how they're so happy, so happy, so happy, da, 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 da. Behind the scenes, I can tell you it's a completely different fucking story. I can tell you that. I was never the type of person that would post shit anyway in my own personal relationships. I was just not that type of person. I'm private. I like to keep my stuff private. I like to keep all that. I don't want anyone in my business. But I was never the type of person that would be the showy, flashy shit. Like, oh, look at how perfect my life. You're trying to prove something, and there's really no need for it. What are you trying to prove? Like, go work on your relationship. Go work on yourself. So I just fucking, I don't know. Maybe I'm cut from a different cloth, and that's fine. That's fine by me. But I don't feel the need to put that shit out there. So you guys have all these fucking issues. People put on these facades and shit with these fucking fake-ass marriages. And I will say fake-ass marriages because I've experienced some things where these people are so fucking unhappy in their marriages and their relationships, and they still continue to stay in it. What the fuck are you doing? You think that's a marriage? Do you really think that's a marriage? You're walking on eggshells. You can't have a fucking conversation with your partner. You're not having sex. You can't do anything fucking at all. You're completely fucking trapped. You're a prisoner. And yet you still stay in that relationship. You use the kids as an excuse to stay. You use the fucking money as an excuse to stay. You use the fucking property that you have as an excuse to stay. All right, so like, what do you? That's the type of life you want to lead. By all means, then do that. Just don't involve other people in your bullshit. That's my thing. But don't sit there and fucking keep complaining about it, and they keep doing the same shit anyway. Like, come on, put it all together. But the point I'm trying to make is you're missing when you're in these situations like this and bad marriages and you fucking stay in it. You know it's over within the first fucking goddamn year. I know everyone knows that. And yet you stay for a decade. Then you stay for 2 decades. And then you're like fucking in your 40s, 50s. And you're like, Jesus Christ, I have to start all over again. Yeah, because you wasted all that goddamn time with the wrong fucking person. Yeah, it sucks. You're going to have to get the fuck out. How much more time do you want to waste? Do you want to keep wasting your time, or you want to move on with your fucking life? Learn from your mistakes, because if you don't, you're going to be presented with the same situation. I can guarantee you that. So it's important to find that within yourself. Find all that stuff that you're looking for. Find that validation within yourself. Give yourself that validation. Give yourself that self-love. Stop looking to outside sources to fulfill you. Stop doing it. You're not going to find it in a marriage. Yeah, partnership is fantastic. Partnerships are great. That's a partnership. That's not a fucking true love and a partnership. They go hand in hand. Absolutely, 100%. When you're at these fake ass fucking marriages, that is not a real partnership, especially when it's toxic. That's not real. That doesn't mean you stay. You don't stay because you're married. You don't stay to keep up appearances. Like, who are you trying to fucking kid? You're only fooling yourself at the end of the day. You're the only one that's getting hurt at the end of the day. So, but by all means, do what you want to do. But breakups and divorce. I am the type of person. Now, while I was with my daughter's father, I was going up against it. A lot of people do this too. You look for distractions. You know, I was hiding, and I needed a distraction from the grief. Definitely 100%. And that's why I ended up staying way longer than I needed to. Then I had a kid with him too on top of it. So it was like a whole other thing. It is hard to get out of it. But I'll tell you this, I got the fuck out of it. My kid's still a toddler. But there are people that stay in their relationship. They're like, oh, we have to stay together for the kids. The kids are fucking teenagers, practically almost 20 years old, almost out the goddamn door, and they're still in the same relationship, same situation. And I don't understand that. Oh, marriage, like, I get a kick out of people too, because my mom, I always throw her, I'll throw my whole family under the fucking bus. I don't care, I've thrown myself under the bus. It is what it is. You don't like it, bye. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But anyway, so with my mom, I always, for me personally, in relationships, I always gave it a 2-year limit. Always a 2-year limit. And now 2 years. 2 years is too long to be in the wrong fucking relationship. But I gave myself that limit. I was like, I never had, for me personally, I always had one foot out the fucking door. I knew every person that I was with prior to right now, I was not going to end up with them. They were not the right one. I knew that from the very beginning. Yet I still went ahead with it, with all these relationships. But anyway, my one foot was always out the door. Now, granted, I was very guarded and I wasn't being vulnerable and I didn't know how to be intimate with these people. But at the same time, I'm thankful that I wasn't with these people because they weren't the right people anyway. It didn't matter. So nobody ever got the best of me, which is thank God. But so all my good stuff, and it's not like I wasn't giving out good love. I definitely was 100%. I always wanted the best for my people close to me or anybody that I'm with. I always wanted the best for them. And I think that's a lot of times it didn't work out very well because these guys that I was with didn't want to deal with their shit. And it's hard for men. It's definitely harder for men to deal with their own shit. But I'm just the type of person, I want the best for you because I want the best for myself too. And I want you pushing me too. I don't want to be fucking, who wants to be in a fucking dead end fucking relationship? Who wants to be in a toxic relationship? Nobody fucking does. But these guys would not, just the type of person I am and just the person that I am and me being, like the amount of love that I have to give and stuff like that and the light that I am, it would fucking trigger their demons 100%. And I knew that, but that's why we didn't mesh well, but it just would turn toxic and sour. And I knew I had to get the fuck out of there. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I always had one foot out the fucking door, which isn't right either. I shouldn't have been with those people, but you know, this is life and you learn as you go and it is what it is. But always had one foot out the door and I would give myself a 2-year limit. But in every single past relationship that I've had, I knew from the very beginning it wasn't gonna fucking work out. I saw the red flags. I knew what the red flags were, and I ignored it. I ignored my intuition. So I want you guys to stop doing that. You know right off the bat. You have to figure out, and if you can't sit with yourself, this is a big thing here. The biggest takeaway with this video. If you can't sit with yourself, you don't know who you are, you don't know what you value and all that stuff, and you're looking for other people to tell you what you value, or you're trying to match your values up with other people, you can't do that. You need to be who you are. You need to be yourself. You need to be authentic. You need to be real. You need to understand that you have a light and a dark side. You need to understand all that stuff. You need to understand your insecurities. You need to understand all of that shit. You need to understand what you're going to bring to the table, and that other person needs to understand what all those insecurities and all that stuff is too. And it takes time to grow with somebody like that, but you have to be willing to accept somebody else's insecurities too. So it works both ways. You have to know yourself and you have to know your partner. And if you, the better you know yourself, the better you're going to know your partner, especially because in that sense, when you get to that place, you're going to find the right person for you. It's going to be a spiritual connection. Automatically, because that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract that person into you, into your life, which is great. But you have to, so yeah, everybody has fucking red flags. Everybody has insecurities. We all have that. We all have baggage. We all have past. We all have histories. We all have whatever. And then, you know, as you get older, you're going to have fucking kids. You're going to have divorces, all that stuff. So that's a whole other thing, because then you have to deal with the other people's shit. And I know for me personally, I'll be quite honest with you, I don't want to deal with anybody else's kids. I really fucking don't. So the kids need to be out the door, or they don't have kids. That's just the way it fucking is. I don't want to deal with anybody else's kids, especially young kids. I have one. I only want one. I have stuff going on in my life. I don't have any time or energy to give other kids any of my time or energy. I don't. So they've got to be older, to where they're able to take care of themselves and stuff. And I'm just coming in as like a kind of a fucking, like a friend type of thing, and a positive role model. That's my position on that stuff. But you're gonna come up against that stuff, especially when you go through breakups and divorce and you're getting older and all that stuff, and kids are involved. You're gonna have to face all that shit. You have to be willing to face all that stuff. And I'm not saying get involved in drama, but just be prepared for it. So if you don't know yourself, it's just gonna cause even more chaos, and you don't need that. So really sit with yourself, break up with these people that you know you shouldn't be with. Fucking rip the goddamn band-aid off. Don't stay. Oh, let me try this out one more time. You have all these fucking false beliefs in your head about marriage and all that stuff. And if I don't stay, I'm going to hell. And we get divorced, I'm going to hell. What are my kids gonna think? Your kids want you to be happy. The kids want to see their parents happy. If that means being in separate households, then so be it. What makes you think your kids want to be involved in a toxic situation and fucking their parents don't love each other, their parents are very unhappy? What makes you think kids want to see that shit? You think the kids want to see you guys did? They don't. I can guarantee you, I was one of those fucking kids. I wanted my parents to break up so many fucking times. They didn't belong together, and we didn't need to see that shit, and we saw way too much shit, and we would have been better off if they had separated. So yeah, stop holding on. What are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? If the relationship shit, the relationship shit. Stop holding on to fucking shit. Let it go. Let them go be happy with the person they're supposed to be with, and then you could go be happy and be with the person that you're supposed to be with. But focus on yourself in between relationships, please. Now, for me personally, I'm at a stage in my life where my peace is the most important thing. My freedom has always been important for me. And I always felt trapped in relationships, and I can't stand that. Like, if I feel trapped, like I feel like I'm closing up, like I physically start to feel it, I will fucking leave. Like, it's not, now I can talk. I never used to be able to talk before. Now I can communicate way better. I did a lot of inner work, so I'm able to do that now. That's why I'm able to talk on the camera now. But so in my personal relationships, I will be able to do that now going forward. But before I was never able. Like, I would shut the fuck down, and I couldn't talk, and I couldn't communicate, and I'd get angry when they try to communicate with me. And I just didn't want to talk. But I still, to this day, I will run. Like, I will fucking leave. I cannot be trapped at all. I don't want somebody on top of me 24/7. Even with my daughter, I can't have someone on top of me. Like, there are certain times where, okay, the person might need a little bit more here or there, but if it's a constant thing, like, I can't deal with that at all. I need my space. I appreciate my space, and everybody does too. Despite what you may think, you do. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. That they think that they're supposed to be on top of each other 24/7. They're supposed to do everything together. You're not supposed to. You don't need to do that. What you're searching for is love. You are real love, true love. You want freedom. That's what we all want. We all want that. We all need our space. We all need our alone time. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But you need to get comfortable being alone. I mean, you're with yourself 24/7. That's the person. The focus needs to be on you 100%. And if you don't love yourself, how do you expect somebody else to love you? They're not going to be able to. You're going to be bringing your insecurities and your bullshit and your baggage into the relationship, and it's going to affect their relationship, especially if you're with the wrong person. It's not going to work out. And if you are jumping into relationships just for the sake of being in a fucking relationship, don't wonder why you end up lonely, sad, and depressed and empty. You feel empty. You all do. We've all been there before, where you feel fucking empty. It's because you're not with the right person. They're draining you. You're draining yourself, and they're draining you, especially if it's toxic. So just get out of the situation. But I will cut you the fuck off, especially now. And it took a little longer for me to get away from my daughter's father. So it was my daughter's father. So that wasn't easy, but I knew before I even had her, we weren't right for each other. So that was my mistake in staying as long as I did. And it is what it is. It was a learning experience. And if I didn't stay as long as I did, then I wouldn't have had my daughter. And everything happens for a reason. So hindsight's always 20/20. Yeah, it is. But you do also, you know at the time, I knew when I found out when I was pregnant with my daughter, I started crying. I was so upset about it because I had an ectopic pregnancy the year before her. And, I was upset about that, of course, and we were in a happier state, even though we really weren't. when that happened. So I was sad about that, but then I was like, thank God. And then I still stayed with him. He had lost his job and this whole thing. So, and I was engaged with him. So I felt obligated. So you feel these obligations when you're married and engaged to these people. You're not obligated. You really are not. That's not a spirit. If it's not right, it's not the right fucking person for you. I'm telling you, it's not a spiritual connection. It's not a true spiritual connection. And you guys need to get in touch with your spirit for real. Stop fucking around with the ego. I'm telling you, it's gonna get you nowhere. I've been there. I've been in and out of it my whole life. It will get you nowhere. Get spiritual. So yeah, for me, I need a deep spiritual connection. I will not settle. I don't go on dating websites. I'm not looking for anything. I know it's gonna come to me. So I'm perfectly content being alone right now and not dealing with any fucking dumb shit. So I don't need to engage in any relationships at this point for more learning. I learned all my fucking lessons. I'm ready for a true partnership. I'm ready for unconditional love. I give that out, and so I'm gonna give that back. I'm gonna get that back, and I'm so proud of myself because it's been a long journey, for sure. It has been a long journey. A lot of hard lessons were learned, but I learned them, and I'm excited to see how now it all plays out. I'm gonna get my happiness. I'm gonna get my fucking my happy ending, and I'm excited for that. But yeah, breakups and divorce, cut that shit off. Quit fucking around. It doesn't matter what excuse you want to put out there. The money, the kids, stop holding on to shit. Please stop holding on to shit and go fix your own shit so that you can find the right person for you and you can live happily ever after. But biggest thing too, another thing for breakups, what always worked for me. Now, granted, I was always 1 foot off the fucking door anyway, but I'll tell you this, the no contact rule definitely works. I would change, my number was changed more than my underwear, I swear to God. Like, I'm not even kidding when I say that. I would change my number all the fucking time. I would just cut, okay, we're broken up, cut. But I would give myself, I want to go back to that. I would give myself a 2-year limit. I'm like, all right, if this shit is not fixed or it's not going anywhere after the 2-year mark, I am out. Because I would talk about this about my mom and stuff and staying with my dad, and I would be on her ass about that, and I'd bother her about that, and I'm just like, you kept staying, I'm not gonna stay. So in all my relationships, all right, 2-year mark, I'm out. And that's what it would be. It would be the 2-year mark and I was out. Now I stayed with my daughter's father for 6 years, but that was a whole other thing. You know, that was after my brother died, then I had a kid with him. That was way too fucking long. I don't know how I survived, to be quite honest with you. 6 years is a long fucking time to be in a fucking toxic relationship, but I stayed, and it is what it is, and I learned a lot from it. But a fucking month is too long to be in the wrong relationship. Don't waste your time. Stop wasting your fucking time. Stop looking for outside validation. You guys keep looking, you're jumping into these fucking relationships back to back to back to back to back. You're jumping on these goddamn websites, fucking apps, Tinder. Oh my God, who gets on fucking Tinder? Get some self-respect, please. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. Like, go date, do what you want to do. Can you learn how to meet people organically? I love meeting people organically. That's the best fucking thing. Or unexpectedly. Why would you want to force that shit? Don't do it. Don't do it. I knew exactly what I was doing when I got on the fucking OkCupid after my brother died. I knew exactly what I was looking for. A fucking distraction from my brother's fucking death, the grief. I knew what I was looking for, and guess what? I found it. I found the distraction. I didn't need that shit in my life, but I found the fucking distraction. But stop. I mean, why are you forcing? You can't force true love. You can't force unconditional love. That's not what that is. So I don't know what it is. It's probably because I'm free from all the shit now, finally. But it does, like, I just even see my friends too. They jump on these apps and these fucking dating websites, and it's like, you're still not learning your lessons. You're not focusing on you. You're not giving yourself that self-love, self-care. You're looking for outside validation. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Why can't you just be happy being alone, being by yourself? Why can't you do it? Yeah, I have thoughts about, I wish I had a partner. That's when I'm in my fucking ego. But I know damn well that I am more than capable of being on my own and being good with myself and being happy with myself and not needing anything from anybody. And I'm perfectly fine being alone, and that's fine. And I'll stay this way as long as I need to. And I know that's not what's gonna happen, but the point I'm trying to make is I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I don't even have fucking time to go date, even if I wanted to. I have no time to do that because I'm focusing on other shit I should be focusing on. And I just want you guys to just stop forcing connections. Stop looking for shit. Stop looking at all these other people, your friends that are getting married. Most of them are gonna end up in divorces. Stop looking at your friends' pictures on fucking the social media shit. Most of the time, nobody's posting. It's true. I'll post everything. I don't give a fuck because that's just who I am. But a lot of people just post the good stuff, and life doesn't work like that. We all know that. So I don't know why we keep playing these fucking games. Yeah, it's all nice to see happy, hunky-dory bullshit. But, you know, I know a lot of people that put on facades too. Just personally, they put on a fucking show for everybody. What do you put on a show for? Why are you putting on a show? It's your life. Like, so why do you need to have other people? Like, I just don't understand it. Anyway, do what you want to do, but the no contact rule after breakups definitely works. Stop talking to that person. Now, I'm not a big I was a fucking ghost. Like, I'll cut you off and that's it. You'll never hear from me again. Like, that's the type of person that I am. And, you know, I would ghost people here and then, not dating. Like, I would tell people outright how I felt, and then I would tell people outright, like, it wasn't working and all that stuff, and then I would take my space like I do, and then they'd keep pursuing, but I didn't cut it off completely, and that's where a lot of times people go back and forth, and then you get sucked back into it more, where you really do, and I don't mean to do this to be mean, but you really do have to cut people off. You have to cut them out. If it's meant to be, and you guys do the work separately and all that stuff, you guys come back together down the road, then fine, that's great. But chances are it doesn't always work out like that, and you need to cut those ties with people, especially, I have to put emphasis on this, especially if it's toxic. You've got to learn, you've got to pick up the patterns that you saw in your own family, because that's where you're getting it from when you're trapped in a cycle. So you've got to think about that stuff, pick it apart, do it, sit with yourself, do it. And you know, maybe I need to break this down a little bit more. But I just know, me personally, I went through everything you guys have gone through. I've gone through everything. I've gone through every fucking emotion, but that's all it is. It's ego, emotion, it's ego. That's all it is. And once you get past that ego part, you're gonna see the bigger picture. So I want you guys to focus on your spirituality, do research. I could put stuff out there and tell you what I'm working on and all that stuff, but if you're not doing the research yourself, and you're not reading stuff, you're not comprehending these things when you are researching it, there's nothing that I could say that's gonna get you to that place that feel where you're feeling good, you're feeling that inner peace and stuff like that, and you're feeling free, and you're detached from your ego and your emotions, and you're just sitting with your emotions and letting them pass and not letting them overtake you and all that stuff. So if you can't figure out how to do that, then nothing's gonna work. I don't know what to tell you, but I do want to tell you, I want you to focus on your spirituality. I want you to get in touch with your spirit. That's what's important. No amount of money is gonna get me to stay with you. No amount of money is gonna get me interested in you. I don't care about material shit. I never did, and I never will. I will have whatever I want, but that's not what's going to attract me to you. I need a partnership, especially with my daughter. I want to show her the proper way, proper love. I want to show her that, so that she can find it. She knows what that looks like, and she'll be able to find it in her own relationships, and she won't have to struggle like I had to, and like most people do. So that's what I want for her. I want a partnership. I want freedom in the relationship. And that's freedom just to be who I am. Freedom to be authentic, freedom to be real, freedom to pursue the passions that I want to pursue, my passions, and I want them to have that too. And if they want to go take a trip to fucking, I don't know, Montana for 3 months, and then, I'm stuck with fucking my daughter and whoever. Maybe they have kids. I don't know. I don't want to deal with them, but maybe they have kids and I'm stuck with them. Fine, go do your fucking thing. But, then it's my turn after that. But, yeah, people should be able to do that. You want to go take a trip for fucking 3 months? By all means, go. I'm not going to hold you up. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. I don't like that. A lot of people held myself back, and a lot of people held me back from doing the shit that I wanted to do. If you are in the right relationship, you're gonna fucking know it. If you're in the wrong relationship, you're gonna fucking know it. It's a feeling thing. So, you already know. So I don't know why you guys we gotta stay in this relationship. We have this together. We've been together for this long. You've been together for fucking decades, but at the same time, you wasted decade. You wasted that time. You just prolonged the inevitable. So, we've been together for 20. No, you wrote it out for fucking 20 years in the fucking bullshit. That's what you did. So that's the reality of it. Stop doing that shit. Stop wasting your fucking time. Don't waste a month. If you know if you're not connecting with that person, don't force it. Don't force it, because you're just going to end up in fucking misery. Trust me. And you guys already know. I know you've all been through this before yourself. You're going to end up in fucking misery. Just learn from it. But what else do I want to say? Yeah, the no contact definitely. I don't like people being mean, but a lot of times sometimes you come up against abusers and stuff, and you just need to be fucking cutthroat, cut that shit out. No contact, change your number if you have to, stay away from them, because it's easier. It's like out of sight, out of mind. You've got to process your emotions. You've got to clear your energy away from all that stuff, learn from it. Don't keep holding on. What are you holding on to? And don't fucking have people on the back burner either. That's fucking stupid shit. Like people are on ice and stuff like that. Like you're with this one person, but maybe I could go back to this other. Don't do that shit. You're fucking up everybody's energy when you're doing that. You're fucking up your own energy too, especially. So just don't do that. Clear. You need to make cutthroat fucking decisions. You need to cut that tie. Cut the fucking tie. Clear your energy. Learn from your fucking mistakes. So you can attract the right person to you. But breakups, divorce, yeah, I know it's hard. I've been there a billion fucking times. I'm like the breakup fucking queen. I've been there. I get it. But at the same time, get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it. Get over yourself so that you can move on and enjoy true happiness with the right person. Learn your fucking lessons, please. I'm done. I have to go train now. I don't know what I said. I know I got a little excited. I need more Muay Thai. I did Muay Thai this morning, but I need more fucking Muay Thai today. I've been fucking hyped. I'm going to the beach next week, so I'm just excited. But anyway, I'll get into this more, I'm sure, down the road. Biggest takeaway, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. You're not gonna find what you're looking for in anybody else. What you want, what you're looking for is freedom, peace, and unconditional love. You get that within yourself. Once you reach that point within yourself, you're gonna be able to attract that person, you're gonna attract that to you. The right person's gonna come to you. So focus on you, as hard as it may be. If you need to put your energy into your family and friends, by all means. You don't need to do that with a romantic partner. And this romantic ego 3D bullshit, romantic love isn't fucking true love most of the time. Now some people have found unconditional love, and most people, the ones that have, keep to themselves. They don't talk about this shit. You know, you mainly see people breaking up and divorce and all that shit, and just fucking toxic relationships, because they're at peace. They don't need to be bothered with it. So I might end up getting to that point myself where I don't want to be fucking bothered with the bullshit, because I've gone through enough bullshit in my life for several lifetimes, whatever. And I want to be at peace, and I want to enjoy my unconditional love that I deserve, that I worked for. So I might just never talk about this shit again, but we'll see going forward. But you guys, you do need to find that within yourself. You don't find that within yourself first, you're never going to find that within somebody fucking else. They're not going to be able to help you. But back to bad relationships, good relationships. The right relationship for you is they're going to push you to be your best self. They're going to love you through everything. And I'm not talking about you running around cheating on. I'm not talking about that shit. Loyalty is a big thing, and it's a big thing. You do need to be loyal to your partner. Trust, respect, fulfilling each other's needs and stuff like that. Granted, you need to fulfill your own needs. And a lot of times, the sex and all that stuff, it's great. It's wonderful when it's with the right person. But you don't need to have all that stuff. If you don't have a friendship there, you guys can't be friends with each other. What are you doing with the person? You know what I mean? Like, so just focus on that. Build the foundations. Go slow. Build that friendship. Build that foundation. If you can't respect each other, you can't be loyal to each other, you can't trust each other, then there's no sense in pursuing that relationship. But the right person for you is going to want to see you succeed. They're going to want to see you do your best. They're going to push you to be your best self, but they're not going to leave you at your lowest either. They're going to try to help you, but at the same time, The only person that can help you is you at the end of the day. So it's great to have a partner in life. It's fantastic and it's wonderful when it's the right one for you and you're the right one for them. But that takes time to come to those realizations. It takes time to get that to that place, and you go through these relationships prior to meeting the right person for you, so you can learn all this stuff and work through all this shit to get all that shit out, that baggage out. Because when you carry all these insecurities and the baggage and all that stuff, it's gonna affect the best relationships out there. I mean, it will affect even the person that you're with if it's not time. So and if you don't have that shit under control, it's going to end up affecting the right relationship. So or any relationship. So just focus on you, stop forcing connections, let it come to you. Especially women. Women, naturally, you are not the pursuers. Stop chasing guys. Okay, I don't fucking chase guys. Physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, stop chasing guys. Okay, stop chasing love. It'll come to you. Just be feminine. Be in your feminine energy. Be yourself, and it will come to you. Trust me. But yeah, I'm done. And then men too. Men, I know. It gets mixed up with the spirituality, the 3D, the 5D, but it's biology too. Men, you pursue the women. Women, that's your job to do that. So everybody fucking, yes, you need to have a balance of masculine and feminine energies within you for either sex, but at the same time, men lead in the physical and women lead energetically. So yeah, get spiritual, please. It's so important in every aspect of your life, but especially in relationships. I'm done talking about this. I'll see if I'll post this. I don't even know if I like this video. We're gonna find out, but I have to go to practice. So take it easy. God bless. Bye.